Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm TheMonk, and today we're doing a review for Dirt 5. So, out of the words of the developers themselves, while respecting the heritage and maintaining the DNA of the franchise, Dirt 5 writes a new chapter in the legacy of Dirt. Bolder and braver than ever before, new features and new innovations and a fresh approach make Dirt 5 a hub of off-road racing, style and culture where you can constantly create a highlight reel of moments. It's been developed and published by Codemasters. It's currently on the PlayStation, the Xbox and the PC, and it will set you back at around $34.99. Obviously, this review comes a little bit late, but guess what, guys? It is on Game Pass. So if you've got Game Pass, you do not have to pay the $35.99. That is UK. Obviously, you know, those prices do vary depending on the platform you're buying it on, depending on where it is you're buying it. Now, Dirt 5 is obviously a racing game. Now, I personally wouldn't say that this is an off-road simulation racing game. This is more of an arcade racer. Honestly, you just kind of pout it as fast as you can along these tracks. You can bump into well, pretty much anything, and you kind of just keep going along. There really isn't too much more to say about that. Like I said, I would definitely say this is an arcade racer and not a simulation. The game does, however, boast 63 different types of cars and 75 tracks. On those tracks, you also get loads of different weather conditions. You can get snow, you can get rain. You know, the ground in which you are driving on, ice for instance as well. It all feels very, very different. Your car handles differently under each new different type of track, which I really liked. What I really liked is going on the larger tracks, which actually have different environments as well. I thought that was quite fun. There's a few different modes in this game as well. You've got split screen, you've got multiplayer, you've got the career mode, of course, and you've also got like these, how do we describe them? Like these custom built tracks that are set up by creators, and you can kind of like beat the time on them. I loved this. This was a lot of fun. Some of the tracks that I personally saw made were incredibly detailed, lots of tight turns. In fact, those tracks that you'll find on there, they are obviously harder than any track actually in the career mode itself. So although the game itself boasts 75 tracks, really there is a limitless supply because, you know, people are always creating new tracks. I had a little go at a few of them and they were honestly a lot of fun and a little bit harder than I thought they'd be. Considering the actual career mode itself, it doesn't really matter what difficulty you played it on. It was a little bit easy. I think that maybe a few things could have been tweaked to make it a little bit harder, but you know what, I'm not necessarily a massive racing fan anyway, so having it be that little bit much easier, I quite liked and I quite enjoyed. But as I said, I do think that this game is missing a little something. I feel that if Dirt 5 took just one page out of my favourite racing game of all time at the moment, which was Wreckfest. Wreckfest, what a game. But I do think that the car destruction, for instance, you know, the track destruction, that sort of thing, if you was to put those mechanics in Dirt 5, would have been an amazing game. However, I'm not saying that Dirt 5 isn't a good game. I really did enjoy it. I do think that it does a number of things better than a few of the other competition out there. For instance, the NASCAR series, I think that this is better than that. The Truck Championship, Monster Truck Championship, I covered that very recently. Again, I think this is a step up and it is better as well than those games. However, for me, I compare most of these type of games to Wreckfest, and it just does a few things better than this, unfortunately. But that being said, this game still earned itself a 7 out of 10. It is a solid game, and if you're into these type of games, if you're into racing games, there's very little out there. Obviously, Forza is probably one of the biggest out there. And I don't like Forza for a few other different reasons, but this is definitely a series for you to get your teeth stuck into if you're looking for a game like this. Now, I've spoken to a few people that have played Dirt 4, and they missed a few of the features that were in Dirt 4. They've definitely changed some things up in Dirt 5. However, I haven't played them, so I'm not really going to comment on what the game used to be. But for me, this is actually a pretty solid game. The career mode itself is pretty long. You do get a little bit of flexibility in the races that you choose to do in your career mode, which I quite like. It's a very similar format to other games as well, where you have to start, say, at the beginning of this progress chart. The more races you win, the more races you unlock. You can unlock different leagues as well, and just basically go through it and constantly go up higher. Like I said, the career mode itself isn't short. There's definitely a good few races there. I think that with car racing games, it seems to be pretty easy for them to make a longer career path, which is really nice to see, because you don't want to be spending that kind of money and be done in 10 hours. I'm sure you could be, but I do think the career mode's not too bad, and it's got a really good replayability to it as well. I think the car design is pretty good. I think every car feels nice. I'm not going to say they all feel different, but some of the cars do handle very massively different depending on the type of race you're doing as well. So I think that's something that that is definitely a plus in this game. I think that sometimes these games offer you too few cars, but this one does boast 63 different types of car, and you know, in my short time playing this game, I probably played in a good 20 different cars, and I really enjoyed each and every one that I actually played with. On screen right now is one of the custom made tracks. As you can see, you know, it's really fast, it's really intricate. I mean, I was absolutely terrible, but I really enjoyed these. These were probably my favorite feature within this game. But guys, that is the review. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts. Let me know if you've played this game before, if you're new to the franchise, or if you're someone who's played all the other Dirts as well. Let me know what Dirt is your favorite and why it's not this one if it's not Dirt 5. I'll do my very best to reply to every comment, of course. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, for all you diehards that are still sticking on to the end of the video, thank you very much for doing so. I say it pretty much in every single video nowadays, but honestly, it means the absolute world to me when you guys stick around to the end of the video. When you like and comment and all that juicy stuff, you help the channel out so much. So don't forget to drop down below red banana just to confuse anyone that's watching that didn't make it to the end. And guys, I'll see you in the next video real soon.